You dreamed about what?
A dog and a cat were friends, and they liked candy like me. That was weird.
You talk about candy almost every morning you wake up. Do you always dream about candy?
Yes. I dream about unicorns too.
You dream about candy and unicorns?
No, not all the time. I just want candy in the morning.
Would you rather have the biggest pile of candy ever?
Yes.
Or a unicorn?
Both. Because they're both pretty good.
You're just like your mom. There are a ton of things we absolutely love about our Airstream. I mean, just sitting outside it right now, I mean, I love this awning. I love the manual nature of it. I love the look of it. I love the low profileness of this. I love the curves. It just curves everywhere, which is good here, but then not so good somewhere like this where it's curving in our storage and we're losing like a third of our storage. So we are not ready to say goodbye to the Airstream, but at the same time, there are some things, and not just the things I'm mentioning, but like as we added JJ to the family, instantly, I told Marissa, like, we're gonna have to clear out 20% of our stuff to make room for the baby stuff, you know, for the diapers, for the wipes, for the burp cloths, I mean, his clothes are small, but like there's so much other stuff that comes with that to make room for him. And so there was a downsize there. But the biggest factor is as JJ gets bigger and needs more room to walk around. It's a beautiful song, Hensley.
Oh, thanks.
The weather's beautiful like this and the kids can go outside. I mean, it's fine. But the weather is not always beautiful like that. It gets cold, it rains, super hot. As we start, we're gonna start doing more schoolwork with Hensley, and we may need to be doing that inside and have somewhere to do that. I think for us, we're heavily leaning toward fifth wheel. We don't have an exact model picked out. We know we'd like to be 35 feet or less, but with the list of things I think we're starting to think we may need as a family, it may have to be a little bit more than that. We don't want 43 feet though. We bought a 43-foot fifth wheel. Too much, just too much fifth wheel for us. So today we're gonna go look at a couple of models that are pretty close to some things we want, because what we wanna do is, as we continue to travel around the upcoming weeks, months, whatever it ends up being with the Airstream, and there is still the real possibility that we'll look at stuff and say, you know what? Let's just keep the Airstream. And there's a real possibility that can happen. But then there's also the possibility we'll look at it and say, you know what? This is bigger, this is longer, this is taller. But the things that it gives us as a family, you know, we want to live small, but going a little bit bigger with this would help us with the way we're trying to live. There's this point where it's so small that it inconveniences things so much that the cons are outweighing the pros. We're not quite there yet. We do know it's possibly coming at some point in the future. And so we just want to be ready for that. Just simple things like if you've got kitchenware and you feel like you've downsized as much as possible and you're still having a hard time getting that drawer to close.
It's going to fit no matter what I do.
Where are we going?
Get your boots on, let's go. We're gonna look at some RVs. Where are you at with the Airstream? What do you like, not like?
We've definitely loved the Airstream. I don't know, we've just always had a crush on them.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something magical about them. I don't know, nostalgic, I guess.
You said it was sort of like that guy, you know, you're not supposed to date, but you just can't get him off your mind or something like that.
You know he's not right.
We finally dated for a couple of years now, going on 3 years in the Airstream.
I mean, we've said all along, you just kind of have to find what works for you in that stage of life. So I don't know, I'm kind of ready for something a little different maybe. I love the Airstream though. I'm like Hensley and it's hard to give it up, but I love the flexibility of the Airstream. That's what's so hard to give up. That's my favorite part of the Airstream. Not just that, I mean, like I said, I think they're just a cool camping RV, but
Yeah.
it's that flexibility it offers.
At the time with Hensley, we'd boondock some. We knew we were going to boondock quite a bit. We knew we were going to move pretty fast. I think with JJ, I think that's going to change. I don't think we're going to move quite as often. I think we're going to stay longer when we do move. And I think as far as boondocking, like, it may not be as long. So when you factor in all those things, I think the thing to me that probably hurts the most, or I dread the most, there's some of these national park and state park campgrounds we're getting into, and that's what we want to do today, is look at these RVs, imagine the length, imagine the height, and say, could we be where we're at right now in the Airstream with something else? Just imagine what it'd be like to have these RVs we're going to walk through, and imagine, would that fit? Is it worth the give and take? You can't get it all, but would it be worth giving up the size, the hot guy factor, or whatever Marissa calls it? So I don't know.
Is this a place where you get RVs?
Yeah, you can get RVs here. So we're at Cookeville RV and Marine in Cookeville. The goal today.
I need a drink.
You need a drink first? All right, let's get a drink. Then we'll talk about our goals for today. There you go. So it's not to come check in hand to buy something necessarily, but it's to look and get a feel for a couple of the layouts we've narrowed it down to that we think would be a good fit for us. You want a bed with a window?
So you can,
Are we
Bed with a window.
formulating our decision around that?
so you can cut walls and put a window on.
You can just cut a wall out? I could do that. I don't know if that one's gonna be the one, Hensley, but we can look if you want to. So this is probably like our top 3 Grand Design 311 BHS. It's 36 feet 10 inches, under 37. We really want to get under 35, but
Yeah,
okay.
I like it. What do you think?
So some of the stuff we're looking for.
Oh, it has a window.
It does have a window.
She said
That's pretty much it. Is that all we need? The window? Oh, it has a window, doesn't it?
Taking her shoes off.
So some stuff that, it's gonna be so hot and sweaty today, isn't it? It's beautiful sweaty too. I think a bigger fridge. Again, these aren't absolute have-tos.
If he eats like his daddy.
We're already like really tight on the fridge space. A bigger fridge would be nice. This one has a stove and a microwave and the cooktop. I know Marissa would like that.
That is nice. And is this a pantry?
Pantry, yeah, you got plenty of pantry space.
Ooh.
Yeah, lots of pantry space. You need help getting up there? Let me see if this ladder comes out or something. There you go. Go ahead.
Whoa, Hensley.
Oh my goodness, look at all this room.
Yeah, that's a closet. Wow.
My own closet.
So the ceilings aren't crazy high in here, but I'm okay. I think as far as like priorities, if we're gonna go longer, I at least don't want to go insanely taller. So we're really trying to keep it under 13 feet. So I don't have to like freak out with overhangs and overpasses, stuff like that. So one of my favorite things about this layout that the open range we're looking at didn't have, so because, what's he doing over there?
He's looking at himself. He likes the mirror.
So in this layout, because they've done I'm not a fan of half baths really, but because they did the half bath in the back, you are facing the TV and the fireplace. And a lot of these, the TV and fire, you like this one? A lot of this, it's an afterthought where the TV and fireplace are off to the side. So we've been looking at like the open range 367, where it's just kind of, it's an afterthought, it's off to the side. Even though I'm not a fan of half baths, what our plan would be with this one, ooh, it fit, it'd take the whole thing. I haven't measured it all the way out, so we would have to take the toilet out, the sink out, but you know what we could put in there, babe?
Make it a laundry room.
An office.
An office.
Just kidding.
You gonna work back here with the kids? Yeah,
yeah, right. So we got the hot water. Everything's plumbed. Everything's ready. So we could just take this out, put a combo washer and dryer here, or some of you guys, if you like Dellas and stuff like that, you could do it. Marissa's really like, we love that combo washer dryer. Totally doable, I would think, to have that back here. That would be awesome. Like a laundry room. Would that not be crazy?
Yeah,
because you'd have room for shelves and stuff on the top. I could see that. Could you see that?
Good idea.
Are these the, yeah, these have got all the fancy
Mommy.
heated, vibration.
Hey, Mama.
It's got the
is
bigger
this
fridge.
Perfect?
Is it perfect? Do you like it?
Let's see the master.
It has my own window.
You like
Okay.
the window.
Hey, every day I look if it's morning. I pull out my curtain and look at the window and I come out of my bed.
Oh, you want to see if it's morning every day?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want a window?
Uh-huh.
Aw. It doesn't take much to make you happy, does it?
What do you think of Mommy and Daddy's bedroom?
Good.
I guess you could get ready here, right? Oh, there's Mommy's
Our
window.
room has a window too.
Yep. Storage back here.
You guys have a window too?
We have a window too.
Did you guys always wanted a in bouncy time?
Pretty typical corner shower. Got the light up top. It's a roomier bathroom, I guess, isn't it?
Then our bathroom? Yeah, it doesn't take much.
Well, because you could put, even if we need wall space, there's wall space here. When you're looking at these, you're looking at the wall space a lot because you don't think about it, but you may want to have, like, we have separate things to hang the towels. Wall space is a big deal, and there's more of it here than in ours. Hold on. Yep, storage underneath. Not drawers, so you would have to, like, sort of categorize it yourself. Was that fun? Was that fun, buddy? 51.9 is the 2020. There's the layout on paper.
What if this home pulls the other?
Well, we can't pull both homes.
It's alright.
No, we can't do both, sweetie. That's what's really hard. It's not so much buying something new, it's that we have to let go of something we love.
Do you love the Airstream?
Mm-hmm.
Do you love this one?
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you like better?
I like both.
I know.
Because
That's how Mommy feels too. I know. This would be really nice to have more room, but we love the Airstream, don't we?
yeah.
The Airstream has been our home for 2.5 years, which is the longest we've been in anything.
What we want to do is take a close look at this. We maybe come back and watch this footage, but imagine where everything's at, where it's laid out. Just kind of imagining what it would be like to have something this length, this size, this layout. No, it's hard. It's really hard.
I'm thirsty.
Can you hold this up? Hold this right there. There you go. There we go. Good job. Go team. Oh, wow. A little more storage in the Airstream. Propane tanks, I'm sure, are going to be smaller. Yeah, probably 20 on each side or something. Solar right there. Got the auto levelers. More stuff to break, but it is super nice when it's working. Slides. Now, Marissa's not totally on board with this. We're like, what if JJ needed a separate room one day? And you could expand this in there some, seal this off, and then JJ would have like a little room to come play
We
in.
saw that at a full-time family
We did.
rally that somebody had. Oh, see, he doesn't like the idea either.
Oh, maybe he's excited about it. That might mean he's excited. This is nice. Look at all this extra fridge space too.
Yeah.
Good grief. Wow. 31 MB, Hensley. Ooh.
Oh, another window.
This is my gripe. I know they could have figured out a way to put that loft up here. I really wish they would
A
have.
loft would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be an extra space for JJ or something, or somebody coming over. But they didn't. But it is a mid-bunk. This is a great space.
What
Look
we
at this space.
love about mid-bunks, I know we've said this before, but you get all of this and it just feels more like a home.
Yeah.
Because it's just so open. It's like an open floor plan.
Goodness, look at all that. That's great, that living space right there. Smaller refrigerator. Way more seating room though.
Yeah.
And that's what you get with this layout. Now it's also 8 inches shorter, so it's 36.2, lower hitch weight, and it's like $8,000 less. The biggest downside, I think, for where we're at and what we're hoping to do, I just don't see anywhere good to put a washer dryer. I mean, maybe you could put one in the mid bunk. I guess you could put one here if you had to. Not nearly as easy as the other one with all the plumbing just like sitting there ready. You guys good with the massage chairs? Those are good? I don't know. I think a few months ago, I think I'd been more about the mid bunk, but I think we just went like right there's the 311, like going back and forth. What are you thinking? 311 or the mid bunk one?
I don't know. I like them both. I'm like Hensley.
You guys are killing me. So I don't think the goal of this video is necessarily to have like a list of pros and cons and look at which list is longer or shorter. It's just as visualize having maybe like a 35, 37 foot fifth wheel. What would that be like? Well, what would it be like here? Is the fifth wheel gonna fit in here in this spot? We might have to move the deck back a little bit, which we can do. But the catch, and I haven't pulled a fifth wheel in a while. I can't remember how it hinges on the truck bed and everything. The catch is gonna be this turn here. We might have to take this tree on the corner out, and then I'm hoping that would let us come in enough to make this turn. I don't know. If that doesn't work, the backup plan I'll just create a straight path. Just a straight path back through there. We'll just pull straight in, back straight out. What do you love about the Airstream?
I love the Airstream because it's so smart.
Is it so smart? What does that mean? Okay, thank you. You've been a big help. Big help. We'll add that to the list. I love the build quality. I love the materials they use, the real wood. Plumbing, electrical, it's all been done right. It's held together phenomenally. Is that a word? Phenomenally. I love that we put some upgrades in here that make this feel more like a home. Put in custom floors, painted everything white. Just tons of stuff. It's part of it, like I'm thinking about everything we did to it and I'm like, do I want to start over? Do I want to do that again? Pros and cons, pros and cons. One of the cons is this microwave is small. Marissa cannot fit what she wants to fit in there when she's cooking sometimes. We don't have a stove, so she's using this as a convection. She can't do both. The fridge space is like maxed out on this. What's the scoop on laundry?
He goes through a lot of laundry. We love you, but you're dirty. It's convenient having, you know, laundry on board. Not a must to, but it's just really convenient. Right now we're walking to my sister's to do laundry, and when we travel we do laundry mats.
In order to get a washer dryer, unless you do something super custom, like you're gonna have to go over 35 feet for the most part. So we know that. But at 37, we have found it, or 36 and a half.
And you have to do the full hookup thing, you know. That's why we decided we didn't have to have it last time, is because we weren't doing full hookups all the time. So that's something to think about as well.
But I think we're gonna do full hookups more. I don't see us doing like boondocking weeks at a time.
You have something to say about it?
What do you think, buddy? We'll see. So packing up to get out of here, and we've gotten ready to leave. I don't even know how many times we've like put things in it and taken it down and set up and take down on this thing so many times. So there's so much that comes to mind as I'm thinking about, you know, what would that be like in a fifth wheel versus like getting ready with the Airstream. A couple things that are nice on the Airstream. Of course, when you're inside, you don't have the same amount of room because of this, but you know, we got those slides. We can whip in, whip out, quickly set up, quickly take down. We don't have to worry about sweeping things out from under the slide because the slide will come in and damage things. We don't have to worry about hitting things with the slide. When we see a site, if we can fit in with the Airstream, we know we're gonna fit. But again, that kind of goes back to our travel style. You know, if we're staying for longer periods of time, that's not as big of a deal versus if we're staying for 5 days or less and we're constantly moving around, like it's really nice to have this and to move around. I know in Alaska, we would just, a lot of times just stay hooked up, pull in somewhere, maybe level here a little bit or something, get in the back, and it just felt like home. I mean, that was it. That was easy. That was simple. So one thing I got, I don't think we need this right now. I really could have used this last time we pulled in here, chains for the van. Because what I've noticed is usually like, if you're spinning in the back with a truck or something, like, oh, get weight on the back, get weight on the back. We've got plenty of weight on the back of this van with the Airstream tongue being on it. So the weight's not the issue. Actually, when we take that tongue off, I can usually just pull right out with the van from where it was stuck. So it's not like weight on the back is an issue. It's the traction is an issue. Well, in four-wheel drive would be nice too. But this is $100, four-wheel drive is 10 grand. So went with this. So I'm gonna put these on just to see how long it takes. It's dry, all the ground. I don't know if some of the other videos you could tell where I like stepped on the ground and the ground would go in with my foot. Like none of that's going on. So it's definitely hardening up right now with the summer coming. So, and I'm gonna have these with me just to make me feel better. But again, we've never gotten stuck to the point that we had to be towed out with a van anywhere but here. Took me 10 minutes the first time. I'm guessing it'd be half that if I knew what I was doing, so we'll go to the other side and see if that's any quicker. 4 minutes on the second one. Figure maybe 10 minutes put them on, 10 minutes take them off. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Well worth 20 minutes in my mind. So we're hooked up, deck's up, and these at least look legit. Couldn't hurt. I don't know what to say. I'd say I'm feeling much better today. Like the ground's dry, it's hardened, 90% chance we're getting out here today with the van. So that went way better than last time. Instead of 4.5 hours, it was about 15 minutes. So I'll take that. Just got to get these things off the tires. We're out of here. So quick stop at the Walmart, throwing it right in the RV. I don't know how you're wearing him like that. You got to be burning up.
Makes it easy shopping because his car seat usually takes up my whole cart. So he did good.
Look at this is the most groceries we've ever bought for the RV, I think.
We were down to the
Like we didn't even have nitty gritty. Like we were out of
No.
everything.
Our refrigerator's like
We were borrowing milk this morning.
milk and coffee,
Coffee we
like,
had.
from our neighbor, my mom.
So a couple things that stand out. Number one, this step is actually way smaller in our Airstream than like anything else we've ever had. So if this is a fifth wheel, we'd have to probably put the steps out or whatever. Another thing, we've been looking at some of the ones with the islands. When you have an island with a slide on each side, those slides are gonna come in. Like, I don't know if we could even get to the fridge, to be honest, with this setup. Whereas this is just wide open, totally normal with the Airstream. And that's been nice. Like you have a long day of driving, you pull into a Walmart or something, like you don't have to level and put the slides out and all that stuff.
Mom jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 4 green speckled frogs. Glow, glow.
So we've got around 2 hours before dark. We really don't want to show up in a national park with tight parking after dark. We've got about an hour drive to get to our campground in Smoky Mountain National Park. I really want to go to Apple Barn. I know Marissa really wants to go too. She's not going to speak up. Probably our favorite thing about the Airstream compared to like a 36-foot fifth wheel. Maybe it wouldn't be that bad in the fifth wheel, I don't know. It's just that we can make spontaneous decisions, so we can whip in places, and that's awesome. Now we might still be late to our campground doing this, but it's not the Airstream's fault, so I think it's worth it. Hensley, you want to try the Apple Barn? You think we can do it?
Yeah.
Yeah? We're gonna try it. If there's parking there, we're gonna do it.
When we come here, this is where Nathan likes to eat the Apple Barn.
So we are not actually back in Pigeon Forge / Smoky Mountain for the apple fritters and for Apple Barn, but it's worth it.
That would sound something like we would do for sure. Drive back up here just for apple fritters. So something super cool about this area is the national park puts on an event where there is a species of firefly that will synchronize its flashing, and this is the only place in North America that it happens. And the national park puts on a lottery so you can apply and get a parking pass to go and view them. And we applied and got a parking pass out of the lotteries.
We don't win a lot of stuff, so if we
No.
win something, we want to take advantage of it. So pretty cool. We're heading towards South Carolina to do a route, kind of in that area. We don't even know exactly what we're doing, obviously.
We've just been told that a beach would be nice. Is that what you wanted, Hensley?
You want a beach, Hensley? We're gonna do a beach.
Had one.
You what?
always-
You always want
Always wanted.
All right, you'll get a beach after the lightning bugs. So we're excited to show that for you guys coming up, and then some South Carolina stuff. And yeah, there's some things we love about the Airstream, some things I think that are frustrating about it at the same time as our family grows. But I don't know, we're just learning and we're visualizing what it's gonna be like if we did make a change. Well, we're gonna go in here and get some apple fritters, which are second only to the cinnamon bread. But we couldn't swing into Dollywood, so this is gonna work. It's awesome. If you're in the area, another one of our favorite places to check out. We're gonna get going. All right, we'll catch you guys later.
See you guys later.
That was rushed, but it was still so worth it. I don't know if anybody's ever eaten an Apple Barn in 35 minutes. We pulled it off though. We're fast eaters, we did it.
Yeah, that was like a normal meal for me. But
Yeah, me too.
that was
Yeah.
like a 5-course meal. They bring you,
You
like,
get soup,
salad.
salad, the main course, and dessert.
and apple fritters.
And apple fritters. Man.